Hey people, Injured here, 1v1, Ashes of Typhon. Blue side, it's Saibot with a Ravener Alpha. A tunneling hero, great mobility, powerful offense, and a bit of support. Begins with a ranged weapon. There he is. Up against ManOfFaith, also known as Tex, with a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. We have the Night Lord's elite scheme here. And triple heretics, apparently. Oh, these guys get little gimp mask things. And a kind of skull shaped. Pretty cool. Are they better than 1,000 Suns hoods? So Chaos Sorcerer, of course, gets a special attack on the Ravener's face. Seems to just be ignoring the Sorcerer for now. Got some Termagants, but nothing else. Maybe we'll see that double Raveners then. Or maybe double Warriors. Double Warriors jumping all into the Heretics would be fun to see. Ravener Alpha still trying to escape the wrath of the bolt pistol. Got a cool looking sword, the Chaos Sorcerer. Looks painful to be stabbed by. I'll let the Sorcerer over here, I guess. That's something. The Sorcerer wasn't capping, at least. Eastern powers. One here slightly closer to Saibot, and there's one here closer to Tex. Typically they don't see generators on them, but maybe. Naturals here. Already 3 gens up for Saibot, so I think we're definitely going to see 2 power costing units in tier 1 before they transition to tier 2. And Heretics grabbing the contested power in the mid. I guess it balances the map a bit better to have the VP over here rather than in the middle. I bet at some point in this map's development the VP was in the middle. There is a 3v3 version of this map, of course. The 2v2 version is pretty good. The 3v3 version is a bit weird. You get like 2 players that start right next to each other. Maybe it could be modified by someone. Swift maybe could look into modifying the base positions. Sorcerer just consumed one of those heretics there. It's a warrior brood for Saibot. These guys provide a basic synapse for some defensive bonuses to those Termagants. You see that green haze around their heads. That's a good Doom Bolts as the warriors come into melee. Get some good disruption on the heretics. Some of them flee. Warriors having to flee as well. Synapse creatures have a synapse backlash effect when they die, which damages it and knocks back surrounding non-synapse creatures. But those guys did not drop a model. Termagants do not have crippling poison. That Doom Bolts was nasty. Gonna have to be careful of that. As the warriors run in, maybe juke them around a bit, try to bait the Doom Bolts and dodge it. Hormagaunt's capping Tex's natural VP, while some heretics with Aspiring Champion cap Saibot's natural VP. We've got some Chaos Space Marines on the field as well, with all the Night Lords Batwing emo stuff going on. I'm all for it. Grim Darkness and all that good stuff. Termagants got messed up by Doom Bolts and run away. Sorcerer trying to decap. We have a melee Ravener Alpha with Crippling Talon. Reduces damage and speed by 40%. That's quite a large debuff. Also Toxic Miasma, which is the, was it 10 piercing damage per second. Not bad against the mob of heretics. And it's a Ravener Brood on the way now for Saibot. See the crippling effect here on the Sorcerer. Now that damage debuff, is that only does that only affect attacks, or will that debuff his Doom Bolts as well? The Sorcerer's Doom Bolts. I wonder. Chaos Space Marines with Eternal War, 20% more damage both melee and ranged combat. It's a decent power up for these guys in tier 1, especially when you double them up. Do they have lightning bolts on their guns? I think they do. They do. Like a metal album cover. A walking one. Can you kill a model here? The Miasma's going. It's a lot of damage they took. Does get a model. That's quite dangerous. He's pretty good solo brawler now. Meanwhile, east side, Warrior Brood wading into a bunch of heretics. These guys with a grenade launcher or 4. They get 4 of them, I think. Oh, the other feather's got grenade launchers too. Okay, so that plays less into the Ravener's anti-melee AoE kind of thing. But you should be able to still catch them, I think. And grenade launchers aren't great against single entities. Can still disrupt the Ravener maybe with the barrage. There's Toxic Miasma again. Look, just scares off those heretics, cleaves through them. On the power is Saibot. More Ravener Brood. I was not expecting warriors double Raveners in tier 1. Horror Strike gets both of the heretic squads. Sorcerer with a Sword of Flame now. It's the same sword model, yeah, it's just got some warp fire on it. Coruscating Flame on the Chaos Space Marines, which was a little bit surprising. Thought it would be thrown onto the melee heretics perhaps. Aspiring champions all round for these heretics, and recent change with the grenade launchers, he gets a bolt gun, which still seems very quaint to me. Still not got used to it. Not sure what the DPS is. Does it tell me? 11 DPS and 22 DPS melee for that aspiring champion, even with the gun. That's not bad at all, you know. Nodes up on the eastern edges. Sorcerer gets a wreck point decap, I think, for the maturity. I don't think they can stop him. Space Marines on the prowl. They don't really want to... Oh, these heretics, these are Hormigons, I should say, don't have adrenal glands, so the CSM should stand up decently well with their Eternal Ward, depending on how many shots they get in. Melee heretics on the prowl. Gonna go after the Hormigons, are they? Nope, they're going after the Ravener Alpha, which is not a great fight for them. They'll chop him down, I think. Oh, they're not even going to try and chop him down. The damage they take. I think that was maybe an old order from Tex. I expected them to go after those Hormigons there, try and flank them. Horror Strike. Did we get double Raveners? No, we didn't. They cancelled the second Ravener Brood and went tier 2. So maybe that was just left on Overwatch or something. Coruscating Flame on the Chaos Space Marines. Basically reads them in fire, so they do damage over time. 6 flame damage per second. Not bad. Ravener Alpha have done great so far and is level 3. Oh, some heretics died somewhere. Is it over here? I have no idea. They didn't retreat, apparently. And because I'm so observant, I didn't even see it. Those guys had grenade launchers and aspiring champion as well, wherever they were. 292 to 466 on the VPs. Sizable VP lead for Tex as they get their tier 2 rolling. There's the 2-1 for Saibot though. Ravener Alpha happy to go in, even at low health. Hormigons getting ripped apart. It's a nice combo with the slowdown. They can't get away from the Toxic Miasma easily. Also has regenerate now. 200 more hit points and a whole bunch of health regen. This guy's going to be a pain in the ass. They get rid of him here though. Sets him on fire with the sword. Which does how much over time? 5 per second for 5 seconds. Not sure if it stacks with itself. Doesn't say. Unholy Flame they call it. Some light casual power bashing over there. You're going to Doom Bolts. Came a little bit late. Maybe they didn't have vision like we do. I don't think Tex has queued anything up. They just queued something up there, actually. And from the looks of the resources, I think it was a Blood Crusher. Which should do reasonably well. Coruscating Flame up on the Chaos Space Marines. Heretics piling in. Warrior Brood could be in trouble. Hormigons now jumping into Raveners trying to get the DPS on. Adrenal Gland, Warrior Brood, but they took tons of damage there. They stayed in way too long with the Heretics and the CSM and the Sorcerer. It is indeed a Blood Crusher on the way for Tex. Good start to tier 2 for them, that fight there. Killed 2 Warrior Broods, killed a bunch of Hormigons, did they? Oh no, only killed 1 Hormigon. Took a bunch of damage though. And they did indeed get their Adrenal Glands. So we might see melee Raveners if melee Synapse is up. Full on melee, although maybe that plays into a melee Dreadnought a bit too much or something. Here's your Blood Crusher. It's a Bloodletter riding a Juggernaut with heavy melee damage. Good speed. Got some nice abilities to a charge and a roar that makes enemies run away, which can often save your Blood Crusher. Tunnels up in the mid and the western edge. Blood Crusher's going to run into the Ravener Alpha. The Blood Crusher does have vision, not a lot of it, but there's not a whole lot that the Ravener Alpha can do about it. Doesn't have melee resistance though, so the Warrior Brood might be pretty good here. with their heavy melee claws. Yep, they're putting some good damage on it. Look at that. And it's getting debuffed by the Ravener Alpha, I think. Did not realize you could debuff vehicles with this thing. It says any enemy. It does say that. That's nice. Got some Tzeentchian worship to help out the Blood Crusher. There's the Roar to make stuff run away. And it's Bloodletters on the way now for Tex. And those guys should do pretty damn good. Alongside that Blood Crusher, they could run into the Warriors and really mess them up with those Hellblades. Almost level 4, the Ravener Alpha. Tier 3 for Saibot. Okay then. Map looking quite red. We do see gens on the eastern edge there. Look at that. Help Saibot get their tier 3, I guess. Level 2 Sorcerer. Robes of Torment on the way to help control this Warrior Brood. And the Hormagaunts if they're close by, of course. Tier 3 with decent resources is Saibot. Is it going to be Carnifex? Looks like it. I don't think they'd go Neurothrope or Lictor here. You get a Carnifex, a Thornback probably, and just charge on through. I'm not sure if they've seen the Bloodletters yet. Maybe they have now. They got a vision of this VP. Oh, they got Ravenous here too. Getting messed up by the Blood Crusher. Blood Crusher does 90-something DPS. I always mean to look it up. I think it's 96. That seems to be what I remember. But I could be wrong. It's a shot in the dark. Got some Space Marines with an aspiring champion using Slaughter and then drawing their melee weapons and smacking down the Ravener Alpha with the help of the Sorcerer and Coruscating Flame. Looks like they cancelled the Robes of Torment they had on the way. It is indeed a Carnifex for Saibot. Tex going tier 3, wanting some extra resources for that, I guess. And they are applying a lot of pressure here. The Blood Crusher wasn't really dealt with. Warrior Brood had their chance, but now that Tex knows about that danger, has seen it firsthand, I don't think they're going to let the Blood Crusher get in that kind of situation again. Let's see what this Carnifex can do. It's got to really pull its weight. Bloodletters get the VP for a triple. Tex with the triple, power bashing as well. It's really fallen off here, Saibot, by skipping tier 2. Carnifex is up. Starts off as a big old melee unit and gets some really nice upgrades, so we'll see what happens. Tunnel is taken out. One of the Bloodletters decided to teleport on it, but not the others. There was just a passive teleport there. Bloodletters might be focused down. Getting disrupted. They're popping the warp shift there to phase out of existence, but when they're retreating, it goes away, so they can take damage as they retreat. 165 to 393. Gonna get on the VP at least here. Maybe they can swing around to the power. Carnifex, no upgrades yet. Do they have the resources for it? They do. But they might want more bodies on the field before they upgrade it. Still a big old melee beastie by default. In on the Blood Crusher now. Look at the damage it's taking. Is he going to charge away? No. Oh, he does. Very, very late. Very, very late into some worship. That was very close. Strangled Thorn Cannon gets the shot though from the Carnifex there. Awesome weapon, good damage to all targets, and a suppression effect on infantry. Can't suppress Bloodletters though. Demons don't care about suppression. Double Bloodletters here for Tex. It's a massive amount of power melee DPS, doesn't help you too much against the Carnifex, but enough of it will do some work for you. This guy won't have melee resistance now that he's got a ranged weapon. Going in, here's the Ravener Alpha to try and help out. Bloodletters phasing out. Ravener Alpha leaves, was very strong early on, but has fallen off a bit as the game progressed. 155 to 372. Was that Coruscating Flame? Yeah, put it on himself there, the Sorcerer. Gets disrupted though by the Warriors. I'm not sure if it's universal. The animation length for being knocked back and getting back up and resetting. Is that universal for all infantry units, or are there slight variations there? Because you do notice sometimes when a unit gets up, it kind of stands around for half a second before it does anything. That might be in an attempt to equalize them all kind of thing. If they've got a faster get up animation or just stand there a bit. Carnifex in a bit of trouble. I wonder if the Bloodletters will use their teleport here to try and get some more damage on. Maybe it's not worth it. Tank on the way for Tex. Could get Mark of Tzeentch. So please Tzeentch and also shoot down this Carnifex a bit more effectively. Revenant Alpha could come in and mess up some stuff. Those guys are teleporting away. Oh, over here. Oh, to get some stuff in retreat. Chop, 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 chop. Termagants never got their little toxin sacks, poor bastards. Carnifex can't be repaired, of course, but it can slowly regenerate over time. You can also send it back to the HQ for faster regen and heal it with a Zone Throat. Was that the Ravener leveling? Yep, got level 5 now. Did well here. Heretics almost wiped. In fact, they did wipe. The Hormagaunt Leap got them as a Tyranno formation in retreat path. Does some damage. These spies also provide some awesome buffs to friendly Tyranids around it. Big damage buffs and stuff, I believe. Yeah, Space Marines on the Eastern VP. Did they kill something? Did they kill the Raveners here? Well, they're certainly dead right there. Maybe Saibot was watching the west side like I was, I guess. 151 to 335. Saibot has slowed the VP rot, as it were, but they've got a tank to deal with now. With the Mark of Tzeentch, so it's going to go after the Carnifex, I think. Which is over here. And is still a bit battered up. CSM got the VP and then ran. Carnifex can't cap it, of course, so needs to leave it to something else. Level 3 Sorcerer. Smacking on warriors. Struggling to hit effectively is this Predator. Oh, we do see the Robes of Torment now. And there's the Chains of Torment. That central red mass there can be destroyed by ranged weapons to end the effect earlier. You can also retreat out of it. But they got no ranged weapons there. So they waited it out. Ravener now going after the Sorcerer. Can the tank hit him? Hit him there. That was a big hit. Triple cap for Saibot. Bloodletters were coming in. Good thing they retreated when they did. Bloodletters would have chopped them down. Going after the spies. I assume they get XP for this. Let's see. No. No XP for taking down these spies. I don't think you get red either. Speaking of red, Tex has tons of it. Haven't seen any Dark Flames. Haven't seen any Warps. So he could see a big old nuke at some point. Maybe to stop a cap later on. Predator tank just hanging out on the eastern side. Carnifex looks like it's going west. Another Carnifex on the way, perhaps with a Venom Cannon to help fight the tank. Gotta be careful with the Carnifexes that you don't walk over the tunnels and break them. So sometimes you'll see players put their tunnels off to the side of the HQ, so big things walking out of it don't instantly break stuff. 147 to 243 on the VPs. Text on the map very, very quickly. We've got Mark of Khorne, Chaos Space Marines now. So we've got that faster foot speed, power melee weapons as well. And they get more health, don't they? Yeah, 20% hit points, +1 speed. And the Battle Fury, which is just some passive health regen. I don't know why it's given a name like that. 1-to-1 cap. Robes of Torment and then run. Or rather Chains of Torment and then run. They can't do anything about it. Carnifex could have shot it, I guess. Chaos Predator might meet this Carnifex. The second one is up. And it has indeed got a Venom Cannon. Second Predator though for Tex. The Sorcerer is down right there. Incidentally. Wondered where they were after they did the Chains of Torment. So they just fell over. This is still red, this wreck point. It's fully matured now. I've got to get it back, Mr. Saibot. CSM pushing up, applying pressure and harassing things near the base on the gens now. Ravener Alpha is trying to cap and gets it. Let's have a look at that awesome health regen. Look at that. Passive health regen. 133 to 229. Heretics backing off. Gonna decap the wreck point here, maybe? Nope. Where's he off to? To the VP, I suppose. Maybe to fight these Chaos Space Marines who are fully bashing the power. Level 3, these fellas now. Second tank is Mark of Tzeentch. First tank is severely damaged. And the Carnifexes target this injured one. Well, damaged one, I guess. They've pushed up really far here. Taking a lot of damage from the two tanks. Is Tech's going to chase? There's Bioplasma. Was expecting this one to come a bit closer, maybe. Going to lose the Carnifexes here. Loses one. I think they're going to lose both of them. Bloodletters have them tied up, or have this one tied up. Yeah, that's GG probably for Saibot. Both Carnifexes fall. Tex has all of the red. Not sure. I can't remember what they call the... Oh, one of them went down. Oh. Didn't even see the last shot go in there. 133 to 159. Triple cap for Saibot, but we'll see how long that lasts for. As I was going to say, I can't remember what they call the red for Chaos. I think it's just called Chaos. Or Favor. It's probably Favor, isn't it? Without number dropped in by Saibot, gives you upgraded Hormagaunts and Termagants. And Raven Alpha dies. Circle of Summoning comes in, will allow the Chaos Space Marines to reinforce. There's Catalyst on the Hormagaunts. Doubles their damage for the duration, but they do lose health. And looks like they're going to die. One hit point. Yeah, down they go to Plasma Pistols. Venom brewed up for Saibot to try and get on the tank, I guess. Still got the melee warriors, level 3, retreating off. And Tex is back on the VPs, 133 to 80. Need to be careful they don't get outmaneuvered though. Sorcerer is still down. Surprised they haven't been repurchased. The Chains of Torment doing some good work, I think. Almost level 7 Ravener Alpha. I think he's done okay over the course of the game with this build. Been fun to see. Bloodletters phase out. There's some Tzeentchian worship to help them. They get health and energy regen from that, and infiltration because it's Tzeentch. Tank backs away. Bloodletters can't tank all of that. Venom Brood coming in, get a few shots. They might be able to get straight through onto this VP. There's more Bloodletters here. There's a Capillary Tower from Infestation. They must have used some red. Not sure what they used it on. Maybe there was a warp somewhere that I didn't see, or a Dark Flames. Who's this? Oh, it's the Chaos Space Marines. They've been used quite well late game, patrolling up and down that east side. They're quite a good brawler unit to have on their own. It's another tank for Tex. That's why they aren't repurchasing the Sorcerer, because they want more stuff. What about Saibot? Could get another Carnifex soonish, but is it better to go for something else here? Venom Brood being tied up by Bloodletters, which is one of the worst things in the game they could get tied up by. Level 2 Bloodletters as well. 1-to-1 cap, 103 to 73, only 30 VPs in it. And Saibot is staying in the game. There's a 2-to-1 for Tex though. Chaos Space Marines grabbing the natural. Can they kill these Termagants? Not quite. They do have their toxin sacks now though. So they can crippling poison. Here's the second Chaos Pred. No marks for it yet, just hanging out. At base. Maybe we'll see Khorne or Nurgle on that thing. Help it fight all this infantry. Level 7 Ravener Alpha getting a cap. 1221 hit points with that health regen, not bad at all. That shot missed. There's a very small area of effect, I think, on the las cannon, because sometimes you see, that was a direct hit, but sometimes you see it and it doesn't seem to do full damage. It hits like a little bit. So I assume that's just getting very close and doing a bit of splash damage kind of thing. 90 to 71. Bloodletters phasing out. I assume Toxic Miasma drains energy, yeah. Got a lot of it though. 165 energy at level 7. And we do indeed have Mark of Khorne for the second Chaos Predator. Here comes a Carnifex. It's going to need to be a Venom Cannon, I think. Alongside the Venom Brood. Might be enough to get one of those tanks down pretty quickly, especially this injured one here. Damaged one, I should say. Although, probably got like demonic flesh and stuff all over it. Sorcerer still down. Got Chaos Space Marines doing their capping job very well. There's the 2-to-1 for Tech's. Going to be a triple. I think it's going to be a triple. This is the last roll of the dice, I think, from Saibot. It is indeed a Venom Cannon Carnifex. If they can hit a good Bioplasma and get the Venom Brood and the Venom Cannon Carnifex on the tank, it's not going to last long. Here's a Shrine, though. A Shrine to Tzeentch, which is going to shoot out Doom Bolts. Maybe get a Capillary Tower up here, Saibot. Help you run through. CSM are the first line of defense. And they're getting messed up quite a lot. The tank goes down. Gonna say it survives, but nope. Okay, Space Marines drop their aspiring champion. Got Tex who's just keeping them in play as much as possible to hold up this army. Still a double cap. There's a nuke from Tex. Oh, pulled in their own Heretic aspiring champion guy. Here comes a flank from the Chaos Spread, but the Venom Cannons all turn to meet it. Double Bloodletters now on the Venom Brood. Those single cap for Tex, and I think they have the game right here, right now. Yeah, Venom Brood got deleted by the double Bloodletters. But yeah, that was quick. Both level 3 there. Saibot's are having an alpha. Did try to get to the VP here, level 7. Almost level 8. Was fun to see this melee guy running around. Sorcerer was up on their feet at the end, level 4. Trying to shoot the pistol at the warriors with his fiery sword. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.